Punishment is to be assessed at 7 years in the prison. There's a $500 fine. The state is opposed.
7 years in prison on the table. But notice, the defense is pushing for deferred adjudication, basically a second chance without a conviction. Big question, should violent offenses ever get that option?
In your application for deferred adjudication, they're recommending community supervision, and there are items to be taken in consideration. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
Yes.
Any objections to the PSI report, state or defense?
Judge, so there are some errors on the PSI report that we wanted to bring to your attention.
Yes.
So it lists the offense date as, I believe, November 16th of 2021, when in reality, the offense date that's on the indictment is October 16th of 2021.
All right.
And it lists that in the criminal history. There's an assault that was in the criminal history that it makes it seem as if they're two separate offense dates.
Okay.
And then I think in the, towards the back of the actual statement itself that Ms. Segundo gave, there's a portion where it's talking about the co-defendant and that he's charged with ag assault deadly weapon. It's assault SBI. It's the same offense.
Okay.
We just wanted to make sure you were aware.
All right. And the court is also in receipt of victim impact statement. And the court reviewed that without objections from the state or defense. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
And the court is also in receipt of letters that defense presented on behalf of the accused. And there were no objections to the court reading those letters. Is that correct, state and defense?
No objection, State Judge.
All right. So the court has reviewed all of those documents.
Your Honor, I also raised that part of the agreement of coming back today was that the misdemeanor occurred on the same day of this alleged date. Was to be taken into consideration with CC County Court 4 case 69-3701.
Yes. And the court does have that as a part of the plea bargaining agreement.
And Judge, just to kind of expand on that, I believe as an additional part of the plea agreement was that she was to take responsibility for what happened as a part of the TIC.
Yes. Okay. All right. So my understanding, the complainant in this case is...
Whoa, pause here. The complainant is Judge Rebecca Martinez. That means the victim in this case is literally another judge. Think about the stakes. When judges judge each other, you know the courtroom tension is sky high.
Is Rebecca Martinez?
Yes.
All right. And is that the Rebecca Martinez who's on the fourth court?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, sir.
All right.
President of the courtroom.
So that everybody can be aware, I do know Rebecca Martinez. She's never been to dinner at my house. I've never been to dinner at her house, but I do know her. We are colleagues. And when I see her, I say hello. She says hello to me. I may ask her about her day. She may ask me about my day. But I will tell you that my decision on this case is not going to be impacted by the fact that I know her. So if anyone has any objections to me hearing this, now is the time to say so. State?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
Your Honor, I have all the confidence that it was fair and right in this case. So no objection.
All right. So are there any witnesses that anyone wishes to present? State?
So the state doesn't have any witnesses. The main thing that we wanted the court to be aware of was the statement from the complainant, which the court has already noted that they read.
Yes. Defense, any witnesses?
Your Honor, other than my plea to you and our arguments to you before considering sentencing in this matter, I will be speaking and Ms. Segundo may say a couple of words, and Ms. Segundo's parents are present in support of her today. They can stand with Mr. Standing here in support of her today.
All right. Thank you.
They will not be speaking.
All right. So before I begin with your presentation, with regards to the case to be taken in consideration, if you could raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony?
Notice the detail. A no contest plea won't fly here because the court doesn't have full police reports. Translation: if you want leniency, you've got to admit guilt outright. No halfway measures.
One of you guilt will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right. You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Gracie Segundo.
All right. And with regards to County Court Cause number 693-701, the state is taking that case into consideration, but to that case, how do you plead?
No contest, sorry. I'm just so nervous.
That's okay. So in order for me to take that into consideration, she will have to accept full responsibility for it. So a no contest plea, I can't accept that because I don't have any police reports in regards to that. So she will have to enter a plea of guilty to it and accept responsibility for it. And then the state will tender dismissal to the court and the court will sign that. I don't know if you want to discuss that with her.
We'll go ahead and proceed with a guilty plea, Your Honor.
All right. So the county court cause number 693701, how do you plead to that?
Guilty.
All right. And state, do you have the dismissal
Yes,
for the
Judge.
court in that cause number? So the court then will hear argument. State, you're opposed to deferred adjudication?
Yes, Your Honor. The reason why the state is opposed is because of the nature of the offense, the actual underlying facts. There was an assault that occurred where the resulting assault created a lot of issues for the complainant. She was severely injured. Her life was severely impacted from that day forward, and she still feels the impact to this day. It's something that was senseless and didn't need to happen in the first place. So that's why the state is opposing deferred and is asking for probation.
Defense?
Your Honor, we're here because one incident can't define a person for the rest of their life. And this is very serious, and no doubt we take that very seriously. This is a felony charge. It's a felony charge that carries a very significant penalty. But
This is where the defense plays the family card. For kids, single mom, a woman just trying to hold it all together. But here's the million-dollar question. Should personal struggles outweigh the impact on a victim's life?
Gundo, I think, has demonstrated a respect not only to others, but to life and to animals, and in her work and her career, and taking care of pets. Rarely do I have an opportunity to where a client will provide 32 letters of reference about how wonderful she is with caring for others. And that is the life that she defines herself with. We just feel like this should not define her as a felon for the rest of her life when she has 4 children as a single mother. We know that life is difficult and it's very, very, very hard. And she's having to raise 4 children on her own, ages 15, 14, 12, and 10. As a single mother, she has to be involved in their school activities and support their activities with FAA. And a felon cannot be associated with children and be around them in school activities. This would drastically impair her ability to be a mother to her children. And so she's really fighting to be able to continue to provide the love and the support of 4 children that need their mother so that they can become better than her and have a future. She lives in Houston. She leases a home. She's lived in that home for 3 years. She has good family support. As I've said, her mother and father are present. She has a high school diploma. She has been employed during this whole time. This case is 2 years old. 2 years this week, this happened. And it's been 2 years that she has been experiencing this, and she has complied with everything this court has asked. She's appeared in court. She's traveled from Houston to San Antonio. She has fully cooperated. She has weighed all of her decisions and sought not to seek a trial, but to put the decision on deciding her future on you. And she made that decision because she felt that was in her best interest. She does receive some child support. She is willing to do everything and anything that it takes to give her this opportunity. I explained to her that deferred adjudication is a double-edged sword. You may think that you're not going to be subject to a conviction, but in actuality, you are subject to all the conditions and behavior for 7 years. We're asking you, Judge, to give her that chance, to give her the opportunity to prove to you that this one incident does not define her life or who she is or how she is as a mother or how she works. This case was very regrettable, and it should have been a day of celebration. It was after a football game, and she was acting in defense of another. She doesn't know the victim in this case. She doesn't know the judge. She never knew who she was. And I sincerely believe that just because she's a judge doesn't mean that this case should be treated any different than any other case of any other person who comes to this court and gets justice. because she should get an opportunity to do it. She's willing to do the urine analysis. She's willing to state no contact, and she's had no issues in the last 2 years with the defendant, the complainants in this case. She's willing to take anger management classes. She's willing to do community service. She's willing to do what it takes to give her the chance. And she has proven, other than this one incident that happened in a flash, wasn't premeditated, it wasn't thought of, it was just something in her reaction and defense of someone that she was with. And for that reason, we think that she should be given an opportunity to earn the right to be able not to be a convicted felon. The amount of restitution in this case, I think we've agreed to, that was presented before the court, was $2,416.29. We fully agreed to repay that. We will work.
Listen closely. The judge makes it clear, titles don't matter. Whether you're a fellow judge, a president, or just an average person, the court is supposed to see only the facts. Do you buy that? Or do you think power always tilts the scales?
Hard every day to pay that back. But in this working community and in Houston and San Antonio, mothers every day have challenges. And we regret that this happened. And I know that she sincerely has nothing personal against Ms. Martinez or her husband. She wants to do what's right, but she also wants a chance, Judge. And I'm asking you with all the fiber of my body to give her that chance. And I will make sure and work with her that she will comply with every condition so she will never be back here before you regarding any violation or any condition of this case. You want to say something?
No, I'm nervous.
All right. Well, just so you know, in this court, I see everybody as a human being. I don't see them as their titles. So for me, defendants are not defendants. They're human beings who are accused of a crime. The fact that Rebecca Martinez is a judge, that doesn't mean that I'm putting weight on the fact that she's a judge. If she were the president of the United States and she were here as a complainant, I wouldn't put weight on the fact that she's the president of the United States. I'm just dealing with the facts here. And my job is to look at everything objectively and not outside noise, not what people's occupations are. You understand? So I've always reread everything and reread police reports and the PSI report, and I've read the letters. I do not understand how the fact that an elevator has a limited capacity, how we go from people saying the elevator is full, you cannot be in an elevator, to it's a brawl. So explain that to me.
I mean, it just, I couldn't show you.
I mean, there has to be some sort of thought process. For example, if there's an elevator, I think everybody knows there's a weight capacity on the elevator.
Mhm.
Me personally, when I see there are too many people on the elevator, I don't get on. But obviously what we are here now for is...
Now we hear the defense's spin. This all started over an elevator being over capacity during COVID rules. A fight sparked in seconds. And here we are 2 years later. Here's the thought. Do split-second reactions define someone forever? Or should context save them?
There's an elevator. According to everything that I've read, the elevator was at capacity. And there were already some people on there. I don't understand how an elevator is at capacity, people need to get off or more people can't come on, how that ends up in a fight.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you how it started. I just, somebody might